What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one we got some transfer portal news for Michigan football, as they have just offered a wide receiver that would be a big time pickup for Michigan. We also got news on quarterback Dante Moore, as Michigan has been in contact with him. Plus we got an update on Jim Harbaugh's contract extension, and also some Michigan players talked about the playoff matchup against Alabama. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so I want to start with some transfer portal news for Michigan. And the first guy I want to talk about is the Indiana wide receiver Donovan McCulley, as he entered the transfer portal November 28th, and Michigan just offered him today. He's a 6'5", 200-pound wide receiver. He is a great athlete. McCulley caught 38 passes for 644 yards and 6 touchdowns this season, which led Indiana in all 3 categories this season. And you guys might remember him from the game against Michigan, where he threw a touchdown pass on a trick play, which was Indiana's only touchdown in the game, losing 52-7. Now McCulley primarily played outside receiver, lining up on 90% of his passing snaps, and Michigan, they could use another receiver like that, as Cornelius Johnson is, Michigan's bigger wide receiver this season, and he will not be able to come back for another season. So this is definitely one to keep an eye on, as Michigan could use another receiver for next season, and Donovan McCulley would be a phenomenal pickup. Now Michigan did add tight end AJ Barner and quarterback Jack Tuttle, who both played at Indiana last year. So Michigan trying to keep that pipeline going. Now McCulley will visit Kentucky this weekend. However, he does want to get up to Michigan. He told 24/7 Sports that Michigan 100% catches my eye. I want to get up there as soon as possible. He also has offers from Penn State, North Carolina State, South Carolina, Mississippi State, and others. Let me know what you guys think about Donovan McCulley. I think it would be a good pickup for Michigan at the wide receiver position for next season. The next guy I want to talk about is the UCLA quarterback Dante Moore, as he is in the transfer portal, and it's been reported that Michigan has been in contact with him. Now, Dante Moore, a former 5-star recruit and the number 3rd overall player in the 2023 class. He's from the state of Michigan, went to Detroit Martin Luther King Jr. High School. Now in Dante Moore's recruitment, he chose Oregon before flipping his commitment to UCLA, and Oregon is going after him now. However, it appears that the Oklahoma quarterback Dylan Gabriel might be going to Oregon, which might leave out that possibility for Dante Moore. And one of the main reasons Dante Moore did go to UCLA is due to NIL. However, now it appears that he might want to go somewhere where he will be developed, and obviously Michigan is that place. He also has all sorts of connections on the Michigan roster and coaching staff, since he is a local product. Now, he did have a rough freshman campaign. He did appear in 9 games with 5 starts. He completed 53.5% of his passes for 1,610 yards, with 11 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. There was parts of his game this season that stood out and showed the talent that he has, but then there were also a lot of rough patches. But all I'll say is that he has great talent, and if he comes to Michigan, Jim Harbaugh will be glad to have him, and I think will develop him into a great quarterback. Now, even if JJ McCarthy does come back, Dante Moore still might want to come to Michigan just to provide depth, but also learn the system, get developed, and be ready to compete for the job in 2025. So we'll see what happens with this one with Dante Moore, but that's another one to keep an eye on, as Michigan has already contacted him, and just currently it seems that Michigan is the more ideal spot for Dante Moore compared to any other school right now. Now, Sam Webb of the Michigan Insider did talk to Detroit Kings head coach Terrell Patrick, and speaking of Michigan for a fit with Dante Moore. He said, I think it's perfect. He said, I think people never realized that we were under center a lot when Moore was in high school, and I'd also be at home. He said the majority of the game, as far as the quarterback is concerned, is played from 5 to 15 yards, and that's what he excels in. So at Michigan, you'll be getting the ball out quick, you'll be clean in the pocket, so it's definitely a good fit. So that's the latest there on Dante Moore. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about that. There's also other quarterbacks in the portal. Michigan also may need a running back. There's some good names out there like Rocket Sanders from Arkansas, Reggie Love from Illinois, and also Marcus Carroll from Georgia State. There's also other wide receivers out there as well. Lots of big names, both offensively and defensively, already in the transfer portal, and I'm sure there's more to come. Also worth mentioning right now, Michigan does not have any players that have entered the transfer portal. I think they're the only team right now without a player in the transfer portal. So that just goes to show how good the culture is at Michigan right now. The next thing I want to talk about is Jim Harbaugh and his contract extension at Michigan. It's obviously, been delayed a little bit. It hasn't ever been rescinded like, reports came out. That was false. It's just been paused because of the investigation and everything. However, according to On3 and the Wolverine, the board and the rest of the administration continues to be behind Harbaugh and the signing. Obviously, President Santaono has his back. He's came out and defended him. He came out and said that he trusts Jim Harbaugh and he wants him to coach here at Michigan. Now, some of the holdups to a contract extension may have to do with a guarantee language in the contract, which would mean if Harbaugh does sign the deal, he can't entertain the NFL and the possibility of going to the NFL for at least a year. But according to On3 and the Wolverine, they say that Michigan has made significant headway with the contract extension. So hopefully, we get the contract extension soon, and would be nice to do it, before Jim Harbaugh's birthday and before Christmas and before the college football playoffs. But the next thing I want to talk about is offensive coordinator and 4-0 record as the acting head coach Chiron Moore, as he actually lost out on the Broyles Award for the nation's top assistant coach, as it went to Iowa defensive coordinator Phil Parker, which I'm not knocking Phil Parker at all. He has a great defense and led Iowa to the Big Ten championship this season. But man, Chiron Moore completely got snubbed of this award. Beat both Penn State on the road and Ohio State, 2 top 10 teams, as the acting head coach. I mean, he should have been guaranteed the Broyles Award after winning both of those games. Not only that, but he took on 3 roles in 4 games this season, as he was the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach, and the head coach during games. So it sucks to see Chiron Moore not win the Broyles Award. He definitely deserved it, but he knows how much the Michigan Nation and the Michigan fans appreciate him. And last thing I'll talk about is some of the Michigan players talking about their playoff matchup in the Rose Bowl against Alabama. Chris Jenkins, came out and said seeing their name pop up on the TV gave me goosebumps. Having the opportunity to play them first in this bowl game, we're really excited for it. And he said, to be the best, you got to beat the best, and Alabama's one of the best. And I said, they've proved it. That means we got to take this bowl game, we got to prepare a lot more seriously coming up to January 1st. And he said, we're on a mission, and with that mission, we have to go on a journey. We've got to get everything done. We have to check off all the steps. You just got to take it one step at a time. And talking about TCU game last year, he said that sitting on that field after the game, he said, no, we didn't play our best game of football. He said, coming into this game, we're just really looking forward to, on all sides of the ball, playing our best game of football, leaving it all out there with no regrets. And he said, we're really looking forward to taking that next step, but nothing's going to matter unless we get that job done. Michigan linebacker Michael Barrett also said that we got a lot to prove. He said, I feel like just being here before, knowing that this is nothing new to us right now. We know our goals and what we want to accomplish, know where we want to be. So I feel like this time around we are more prepared, more ready, more comfortable. He said a lot of people were saying we can't hang with the SEC or hang with other guys outside of the Big Ten. And he said, so yeah, it's definitely a prove it game. And I said that I think a lot of guys want to go toe to toe with the big dogs. And he said, all I can say is bring it on. And he said that we're the big dog, but it's okay. People didn't want to see us here, but we're here. It's going to be a great matchup. already getting hyped up for it. We got a month away though, but with that is going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it. But other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.